Happy Friday, everyone. It's Sharon coming at you from Beach Therapy Counseling Services. As usual, if you guys like the content of what you're hearing, please go ahead and subscribe at the end of this video and then share it with those that you love and care about. I continue to have people asking me about these videos, and I know I said I was going to come on more, but the truth is, I have shared so much content already that I want to be inspired before I come on and just start babbling things to you guys. So I want to have something that I feel like you guys can benefit from. And that's why I haven't been on recently, because I feel like I've shared so much that there was nothing new that I wanted to share until today. And I have been inspired probably the last week to come on and share this video. This is going to be a video that I do know that some people are not going to agree with my take on, and I'm of course 100% okay with that, and I'm 100% respectful of other people's opinions and what they've went through in life. Life experience sometimes just shows us what we believe inside of ourselves. And for me, I believe a certain way on this topic. So I just wanted to share and hopefully bring some new perspective and maybe peace to some people's lives that are dealing with some issues. So I'm going to entitle this video Loving the Unlovable. And to that kind of topic, a lot of people might think it means one thing, and for me and for the purposes of this video, it's going to mean loving the people who have hurt us, loving the people who we feel are no good and up to no good and have done wrong to us or others that we love in our lives. So the reason I think it's so important to love the unlovable, or at least the unlovable as far as we can see, is because by carrying around the hate, the hurt, the baggage that some of those wrongdoings or relationships have had in our lives, all we're doing is punishing ourselves. And I often, so if you are my client or have watched any of these videos, you know I often tell you that the only person you can control is you. But when we carry around hate or these very negative, awful feelings within our hearts and our souls, what we're doing is giving that control to that person who hurt us or wronged us or who we deem as unlovable. So by loving the unlovable, we are getting back our control and forgiving that person for their wrongdoings, even if they haven't asked for it, even if they haven't deserved it. And I know a lot of people, when I say that, get really upset and say, but they're just going to continue to hurt me if I just let them and I just forgive them. But that's not what I'm saying either. Sometimes loving the unlovable means loving them from afar, right? We don't have to let them back in just because we are loving the unlovable. It can be wishing them well in our minds, in our prayers, whatever that looks like. It could mean just saying to the universe, I'm giving this to you. I no longer want to hold this kind of negative feelings inside about this person. That is loving that person. And that is also, more importantly, loving yourself enough to let that go. And I say it because I see so often just this burden being carried, sometimes years, by people who have just been, and I'm not saying it's not justified. Of course it's justified. When somebody does something terrible to you or something terrible happens to you because of somebody else or somebody you love, that's a terrible, awful thing to have to endure and have to live through. And I'm not saying we go up to that person and hug them and say, you're the best thing and now I forgive you. Because, of course, that's not always applicable, right? There are times where that person doesn't deserve us to do that and doesn't ask for us to do that and wouldn't accept us to do that, or it could be dangerous emotionally, physically, for us to do that. But what is also dangerous for us is to carry around the hate. And I use that word because that's what people are doing. That's what we are doing as a society sometimes, is carrying around a hate for a person or people. And you see that throughout our lives. You see other people who have that hate or that disdain for somebody else, and you hear it when they're talking about them or in conversation. And I can't help but just to feel bad for the person carrying that. Not so much because they've been hurt, because guess what? We've all been hurt. Life is full of hurt. And that's the way it goes. Sometimes you're going to have people that come in your life to hurt you, and you're going to have people that come in your life to love you. we don't know what it's going to be until the end result, right? And we take those risks because that's part of living. But getting over that hurt and forgiving and loving the unlovable is what's going to bring you the peace and the solace in your life in order to move forward and project the same thing upon everybody in your life, meaning the people who look at you and go, gosh, how did you get over that, or how did you overcome that, or how are you okay now? And you can just say, I'm loving the unlovable, even if he doesn't or she doesn't deserve it, even if they don't deserve it, even if I never talk to them again, even if they are unhealthy for me and they are just terrible people in my view. I'm going to love them from afar, and wish them the best and hope and have good thoughts that they can overcome whatever ailment they are dealing with, whatever, whatever's going on in their lives. Loving the unlovable is hoping that that changes, right? Because they hurt you, or they hurt your loved one, or they wronged you, whatever the case may be. We don't want them to go on and do that to other people. So by loving the unlovable, we are bringing in our good feelings for that person in hopes that they can go on in their lives, even if they're not in our lives, and not do the same thing to other people. And that's the message I wanted to put across, guys, because in the end, the person that it affects the most is you. And the only person you can control is you. So if you think that by you holding on to hate or disdain or just these negative, awful feelings, that person is affected by that, then you're wrong, because that person has either no clue or doesn't care that you are holding on to those feelings. Or if anything, that person probably likes knowing that they have that control and that power to make you feel a certain way. So take back your power in that way and love the unlovable and forgive. That doesn't mean we forget. Like I said, the forgetting would mean, yeah, we give that person who, destroyed us a hug and just say, no, it's fine. Do it again, right? But that's not what we're saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. There are times where that's okay to do. But if we're unable to do that, then we can love them from afar just by wishing good things upon them. Because that's good in our soul, A, and B, that allows us to go on and having learned a lesson from that relationship, from that whatever that might be, and learn the lesson and hope that they don't repeat whatever it is they did upon you. So, as usual, guys, you guys know where to find me if anybody needs me, mybeachtherapy.net. I hope this touched somebody today, because I have been talking to so many people that just carry so many past hurts with them, and I think it's time for us as a society just to heal and to love the unlovable and to move past it. Because by moving past it, we have happier, healthier lives, minds, souls, all of it. And then we portray that upon the world as well, like they can see. Like, wow, like, and they can learn from you. Like, how in the heck were you able to overcome that? Because I know there is some heavy stuff that people have overcome. I've talked to some of those people. I have some of those people in my therapy rooms, and I get it. I'm not downplaying that, because we're not doing all of this loving the unlovable just for those people. We're doing it for ourselves so we can move on past these moments that we felt destroyed us. But we are overcomers. So, sorry. I'll stop now. But I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.